Check on New Year's Eve. Thank you for joining me. I'm here, you're here, and the Mitch Ball is here as well. What a night it is. I have actually breaking news. Sorry I was a little bit late because I was printing out a fascinating breaking development. I don't think anyone has seen this development because it is a New Year's Eve weekend. This was released minutes ago. It's a massive report out and it's about the $2,000 stimulus check. I don't think anyone has seen this, and your eyes are going to roll. It has all the big implications about the $2,000 stimulus check and explains a lot what I've been talking about throughout the day. So, boy, get ready to have one of these emoji moments where you're like, oh my goodness. Big shocking developments. Thank you for joining me on Evenings LA. What a night it is. If you've not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. Go to the first channel, subscribe. The bacon is bacon. Yes, amen. Also, make sure you hit the alert button if you did not tune in earlier today. The breaking development is that this channel will be having a live New Year's Eve party tonight at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. That's 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That's about an hour and a half from now. It's about a little bit under 2 hours from now. Purple, which usually comes right after this, will not air tonight because I want to rest my voice. Obviously, because that 8 o'clock show is a 1 hour show. So it's a 1 hour show to count down New Year's Eve, and we'll have a lot of fun, especially if you're in New York or Miami. Please simulcast me on Instagram because I'll need your help across the board. Boy, what a night. In this video, I'm going to go over a shocking new development of a major report coming out tonight about the $2,000 stimulus check. I'm just shocked. Yes, that's 10 p.m. Eastern Central Time for tonight's New Year's Eve celebration. A shocking development on the $2,000 stimulus check. I'll be going over that shortly. But first, let me start with your $600 stimulus check. Your $600 stimulus check will be arriving if it has not arrived already. Congratulations to the viewers who have already gotten their second stimulus check of $600. Finally, after months of waiting, it is finally here. It was sent out 2 days ago, and if you are set up for electronic receipt, I'll go over that in a second, you will get the check electronically. And if you're not, it'll come by paper check. The paper check people will get it about the end of this week, early next week. It will come to the address the IRS has on file. And the other people who get a paper check are people whose electronic accounts are no longer active or are incorrect. So they'll attempt the electronic and then they'll default to paper check. So who is getting electronic? If you're on SSI or SSDI, Social Security or Railroad benefits, and you are not an adult dependent and get your benefits every month electronically, you're getting electronic payment. Moreover, if you pay your taxes electronically to the IRS, you're getting electronic payment. What causes one person to get their electronic payment before another person? I've gotten that question a lot. And ironically, it has nothing to do with some of the questions. So some people said it goes alphabetically. No. It goes by state. No. It goes according to whether you're a senior citizen or not. No. It's just the bank you're using. And so some banks are fast and some are not. And that's where we are tonight. If you if you have not received it, then you may see it post on Saturday. Tomorrow's a banking holiday, so it will not post overnight. It may post Saturday or it may post Monday. $600 for an individual, married couple, $1,500. Wait, there goes that Larry Kudlow math. Thank you for the super chat. $600 for a single individual, $1,200 for a married couple, and $600 for children. And there you go. Not taken out for debt collection, not taken out for child support, not taken out for bad taxes. And that's the second stimulus check. You're going to hear me say that a lot. The reason why I'm saying that a lot is because I want you to know there's a lot of other moolah coming to you. Some automatic, some not automatic in the next 30 days. I would just literally I'm not embellishing. I'm just preparing you. There's going to be an avalanche of moolah things coming in the next 30 days. You're going to see so many moolah elements, whether it's an application or an automatic payment or an increase, that your head is just going to spin. I'm going to keep it very easy and breezy. But I want to make this very clear to you that you need to do certain things to get the moolah coming forward after this. Some of these things may require you to do something more than just sit and wait for it. And in the meantime, I want you to certainly get state stimulus. I'm not going to do purple tonight live. There was a purple taped video, of course, earlier on the afternoon's LA. But I want you to reach out to the volunteers at news.la.com/community. I spoke to another volunteer, absolute wonderful volunteer, this evening on DM. And she too said that she is not getting people reaching out to her for help for state stimulus for rent or utilities. And I'm very, very, very worried about this. This started when the check became law, when the $600 became law. As soon as the check became law, people stopped looking for rent and utilities stimulus. It makes me very, 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 very nervous, and I have 1,000 reasons why, but the basic reason is that because your other items under the second stimulus that are in January are going to be delayed. And that first and second week of January, you could be in a very, very tight financial period. I don't want you to wait till the last second. The fact that a $600 check is coming, or maybe more if you have more people in the family, is great, but I want you to go get that rent and food and utilities. So watch Purple, and if you need help, reach out to the volunteers, news.la.com/community. They're separated by Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Reach out to them, and they're ready to help you. Their drop off is so severe that it makes me very worried. People getting usually 50 people a day, and are now getting 11 a week, which means less than one person a day. That's a big drop off, and this is for videos that actually are increasing in views. So there's more people watching the videos and less people reaching out to the volunteers. So it makes me nervous that people are sort of being complacent with a $600 stimulus check. So please consider that as well. What time is Purple? Purple aired right before this, 2 shows before this. The image says checks confirmed. It aired on Afternoons LA about 2 hours ago. So you can go watch that video. It repeats everything that Purple Live would normally air. Purple Live tonight will not air because we're going to have a live telecast for New Year's Eve, counting down the Mitch Ball from 8 to 9 o'clock on the West Coast, 11 o'clock to 12 midnight on the East Coast. So let me cut back now to, oh, the wind is really picking up. Let me cut back now to what's going on with the second stimulus, because this is a major development and it's really quite surprising. Let me put this here, get some old air in there. There you go. One of the things I've learned is that the Christmas lights are halogen. Everything else in the set is LED. And the halogen, when it gets warm in here, really affects the eyes. So I'm keeping it cooler, especially when I'm going live with you for an hour. I will, everyone loves Christmas, but I will, my eyes will be happy that the halogen Christmas lights are gone, for very, very soon. So there you go. But the cool air helps. Whiskey, said someone. Whiskey, we're already naming our drinks there. So here's the shocking development. Are you ready for your mouth to drop? The shocking development tonight is this, and that's why I was a few minutes late. The $2,000 stimulus check, I told you all throughout the day that Republicans were having an issue with the language of the bill. And they were saying that the way the bill is written, it looks like rich people are getting a stimulus check under the bill. And you and I all know that the second stimulus bill and every bill that we've talked about with stimulus checks since March always looked the same. It was always individuals up to $75,000, married couples up to $150,000. We all knew that, and then we knew that rich people don't qualify for a stimulus check. They made too much money. Well, what I don't usually cover on this channel because it's too complex is that stimulus checks are still paid to people if they made a little bit more than 75,000, but they phase out. Like if you're at $80,000, you get a little bit less. If you're at $90,000, you get a little bit less. So here's the twist. This is just shocking. A new report issued by the Committee for Responsible Federal Budget was released yesterday. This is a nonpartisan organization that looks at budget bills and they say, okay, this is good, this is not good. And the Committee for Responsible Federal Budget looked at the allegations that the Republicans and McConnell are saying about the Cash Act, and they say the allegations are correct. The Cash Act does give a stimulus check to rich people. They say there is a flaw in the Cash Act, that it does give a stimulus check to rich people. This is what happened yesterday, and I told you this morning. This morning, Mitch McConnell said the $2,000 stimulus check at the Cash Act is socialism for rich people, and I laughed about it because it's sort of funny. Um, but and I told you Susan Collins had an issue with it also, but it actually does do that. McConnell said that there's a problem with the language. Imagine a family of five where the parents earn $250,000 per year and have not seen any loss of income during this pandemic. Suddenly, Speaker Pelosi and Senator Sanders want to send them $5,000 from Uncle Sam. You and I thought, that doesn't sound right. How did they get a stimulus check if they made $250,000 last year? That doesn't sound right, is it? And so then McConnell said, this is stimulus for the rich people. And so then came out the report. And here's the report. The House approved the Cash Act on Monday to increase the bill from $600 to $2,000. And this is what the report says. The opponents are correct that payments would be made to higher earning households. Because of the slow pace of the phase out, families making $200,000 to $300,000 or more would still get a stimulus check. People who get $300,000 in income would still get a stimulus check. Now, the size of the payments are reduced at higher incomes, and very few households in the top 1% or making over $400,000 would receive any benefits, but still qualify. This is really shocking. The Cash Act increases these benefits. Then it talks about the cost. We all know how much the bill costs and things like that. So here, and they actually have a very, I don't know if I can show you on the camera, they have an enormous grid and table that basically says, this is how much you're going to get for a stimulus check. And, you know, it looks at people who made $350,000 last year. They can get a $4,000 stimulus check. A family that made $350,000 last year can get a $4,000 stimulus check. A family that made $300,000 last year can get a $6,500 stimulus check. Oh my goodness. And a family that made $250,000 last year can get a $9,000 stimulus check. So the reason why this is happening is what's called the phase out, which I never talk about on this channel because it's sort of like no one ever thought this would be a problem. Because when I say if you made up to $75,000, you get a stimulus check, I never talk about if you made $76,000 or if you made $79,000, $80,000. You would still get a stimulus check, but you would get a lesser one. And at some point, just it's gone. You don't qualify for it. The problem is the Democrats, when they wrote the bill, they didn't phase it out correctly. And this is a nonpartisan organization that looks at all bills. He says this slow phase out eliminates payments for the most highest earning people. The current bill. Thank you for the super chat, and thank you for the super chat. However, so let me tell you what this organization says, this federal organization says about the bill the president signed on Sunday versus the Cash Act. The bill for $600 says there's a slow phase out, which eliminates higher earners. Okay, so they're eliminated. We know that. They're gone. This is not an issue. For example, if you made a married couple that made $174,000, you're not getting a stimulus check. You're out. You made $174,000 on the second stimulus package, you're out. You're not getting a stimulus check. And that if you have 3 kids and you're a married couple, then you'll get $210,000. You're phased out. So you see $210,000 with 3 kids. That's a big family. But when we look at the Cash Act, a couple with no children and that made $230,000 last year could get $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. What's going on here? Oh my goodness. So now we know that Susan Collins was correct. 1 point for Susan Collins. Check her out. Gold star for Susan Collins. You got that right, honey. God bless you. And Mitch got it right as well. That's why he's calling it socialism for rich people. He said it's not narrowly tailored. There's too many rich people getting a stimulus check under this. Um, McConnell today accused Pelosi and Schumer of engineering a bill that sends thousands of dollars to people who don't need the help. Yeah, if you made $350,000, you don't need the help. McConnell said borrowing from our grandkids to do socialism for rich people is a terrible way to get the families who actually need it. He's right. He's actually right. Washington Democrats took the president's suggestion and skewed it, changed it, so the checks would benefit even rich people. Lord, Mitch is right. Okay, Mitch Ball, you got it right. Don't smirk at me, Mitch. You got it right. Yeah, maybe I won't drop you. Mitch Ball got it right. Shame, shame, shame on Nancy. Nancy, as the balloon is blowing away. The balloon is blowing away off the set. This is a shocker. You're a family of a family that made $350,000 could get a $4,000 stimulus check. A family that made $300,000 can get a $6,500 stimulus check, and a family that made $250,000 last year can get a $9,000 stimulus check. Drop that. Maybe I should drop the Nancy ball instead. Maybe I should save the Mitch ball and drop the Nancy ball. Why am I not surprised as Pamela? Drop the Nancy ball. Oh, Mitch, maybe I should save you and not drop you. This is just shocking. Mitch actually has this right as the balloon blows away again. The Mitch does the ball. The balloon doesn't want to even be near Mitch on this. This one is just. You see why I was a little late because I was reading this. I'm like, this is better than a Jackie Collins novel. I'm like, what are you talking about here? And no one has talked about this because it was released. It was released late yesterday. So who's going to release? Who's going to read a federal document on December 30th? But Mitch got it right. Um, there was a cute comment by Bernie Sanders today, though, in response to it. When McConnell said socialism for rich people, Bernie Sanders says, "Well, you're the one who passed the Trump tax bill. You want to talk about socialism for the rich people, Mitch?" You know, that's a nice one. I love that. I love their one-liners. Now here's another rub. Boy, you're not going to hear this anywhere else because it just broke minutes ago, and it's not directly on point with your stimulus, but it is sorta. There's a major scandal tonight. Yeah, on New Year's Eve, there's a scandal tonight, and it's not involving Mitch. It's not involving Bernie. It's not involving Chuck. It's not involving Nancy. Give a guess who the scandal's involving. If you know, maybe I'm going to give you a gold star because you've been up to date on the news. There's a major scandal involving someone else in the Congress revolving your stimulus check that we talk about a lot on this channel. It's not Mitch. It's not Nancy. It's not Trump. It's not Chuck. It's not Bernie. No, it's not. I don't think anyone's going to guess it. Holly. Yeah, you got it. Holly. He's involved in a big scandal tonight. Oh my God, the Mitch ball. I mean, maybe we should drop the Holly ball. The Holly ball. That's hard to even say. The Holly ball. This scandal is just salacious. Let me explain what's going on. Holly is among. Thank you for the super chat, dude. Josh Holly is among the people. What now? Someone said, "What now?" I can't tell all these things. I almost said Lindsey Graham. No, this is Holly. It's Holly. Uh, Holly is the one who, with Mitch, is trying to block the uh, defense bill tomorrow and the day after, so that the stimulus check is called for a vote. You know what he's doing. Well, what Holly did 2 days ago is he said, "I'm gonna on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, call for a vote to investigate." Um, the electoral college and try to go after the Biden victory. McConnell said, "Under what legal theory? What's the procedural basis for this to go in my Senate? Because I run the Senate and I need to know how you're doing this." And Susan Collins. Susan Collins is just, she's very feisty lately. I loving her. She said, He's a constitutional attorney, Holly, and this is the most bogus legal thing I've ever heard in my life. What is the basis of what he's doing? I want to know right now what he's doing. So there was a conference call set up today that Holly agreed to appear on the phone with uh, everyone in the Republican leadership of the Senate, McConnell, Toomey, you're famous, Susan Collins, to explain to them what the hell is he doing because he's acting a little bit wild child lately. And he's supposed to report to them and explain what he's doing. This is a guy that's trying to hold up your stimulus check for you with the defense bill. And so he's supposed to be on the phone today and explain what he's doing next Wednesday because Mitch doesn't like it. Toomey calls it a bunch of crap. Susan calls it a bunch of crap. She says he's just trying for dramatics. And it's not done there. They claim that he's trying to tap into Trump's donors to get donations to get himself ready for a 2024 presidential run, and is trying to really tap into Trump donors to get a lot of moolah for his campaign run. Well, guess what happened with that phone call today? What do you think happened with the phone call when he's supposed to explain to Big Brother Mitch McConnell what he's doing? What do you think? What do you think Holly did? Oh my God, I need a drink, Sister Denise. What do you think Holly did on the phone call when he's supposed to explain what happened? He was told off, says one person. Um, he didn't show up. He did not show up. He did not show up. They were already on the phone to lace into him, including McConnell and Toomey and some other, some other tough people. And he didn't show up and sent them an email and said, F you, here's what I'm gonna go do. They're just he's AOL. They're just shocked. They're just floored. This is the guy trying to fight for your stimulus check. So let's just say his reputation among his party now is not so stellar. Uh, so I want to prepare you to anytime I say that's Josh Hawley is fighting for your stimulus check. Oh, that Josh Hawley? Yeah, that's Josh Hawley. Yeah, that Josh Hawley, when he's supposed to explain what the hell he's doing, he doesn't even call in. He just tucks and runs. Holly, yes, folds up like a launcher. When Mitch says, "This is Mitch McConnell. This is the Mitch ball, Senator Hawley. This is the Mitch ball calling. I want to know what the hell you're doing on Wednesday." Holly just disappears and just folded like a launcher. So first we had what dramatics tonight? I mean, just you thought nothing was going to happen on New Year's Eve. Of course not. So you first have a congressional agency saying Nancy Pelosi's Cash Act bill is junk. Not a good thing, number one. And then number two, your number one proponent for your $2,000 stimulus check is nearly to say piss is a small word. He's enraging the Republican leadership that he works with at this point beyond, and remember, these are people who don't want to be in Washington. They want to be home, fishing for lobsters. They're in Washington, stuck in Washington, and the guy's supposed to call them on the phone. He doesn't even answer either. Oh my God. Holly's at the casino. So said Alex at the casino. I think Holly gave me some jokes for tonight's evening's LALATE videos. Tonight's live telecast. So there you go. Wow, we're already at the 23-minute mark. Unbelievable. Who knew? I'm not drinking yet, but I think I will have to drink after all this. So there you go. There will not be a Purple Power Live tonight because I want to rest my voice. So I will be back here at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 o'clock Central Time, 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for our live celebration. That's Year's Eve, NY Late, Miami Late, sponsored by LALATE. Our 1 hour countdown. It'll be easy breezy. Bring your cocktail. It's lighthearted, easy, relaxed, and we'll reflect on 2020. We'll reflect on what's happening for 2021. Pineapple in Malibu. There you go. Okay. And we got a plan. They really do need their reality TV show. They do. It's just shocking. And I'm just floored. So socialism for rich people, huh, Mitch? There we go. So with that, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Go to the French channel, subscribe, hit the alert button so you don't miss an alert when I go live. Um, Battery charge your phones so you have enough battery life for an hour, and also like this video. And I will see you in a little bit. Let me give you an update at the top, now at the top of the hour, now at the bottom of the hour. Now that we're at the 25-minute mark. What a night it has been. The breaking news, if you're just joining me tonight, is that millions of Americans are getting their stimulus check, and if you're set up for electronic receipt, you'll receive it either Saturday or Monday, likely. If you've not received it already. Paper checks will be coming in the next few days, so they may start arriving Saturday or Monday. But the breaking news is really not that. The breaking news is a major shocking new report that was released on late last night that I just obtained a copy of. It was buried in the link to an article. Almost no one has talked about this report. The report is released by the Committee for Responsible Federal Budget, that is a nonpartisan organization that looks at how much bills cost. And while we know that the Cash Act is a more expensive bill, that it costs money, the report was to look into the claims by the Republicans that the Cash Act gives a stimulus check to rich people, or as McConnell said today, Mitch said today, socialism for rich people. The report said it's correct. McConnell is 100% correct. The report found that rich people will get stimulus checks, and how much? A lot. People making $350,000 or more in 2019 will get stimulus checks up to $4,000. $300,000 will get a $6,500 stimulus check up to. And even families that made $250,000 will get up to $9,000 stimulus check. It's shocking. It's shocking. Also shocking tonight is the scandal involving Josh Hawley, who a lot of people are now accusing in the Republican leadership. Republicans are now accusing Josh Hawley of trying to set up a 2024 Republican bid for president and tap into Trump's donor list by doing antics that appease Trump's inner base. And on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, thank you, he's trying to do a vote for something regarding the elections that McConnell says is procedurally ridiculous. And he's asked Hawley for nearly a week to explain how he intends to do this. Pat Toomey called it delusional. Susan Collins called it absurd and a joke and an embarrassment as an attorney to do something so crazy. And so when asked to explain it during a telephone conference call today with McConnell, Toomey, and others, Hawley did not show up. There you go. So with that, what a night it is. And there you go. I will see you a little bit later tonight as we enter into 2021 with people folding up lawn chairs. Keep your lawn chair open. I will be here at 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And boy, what a night it is. As always, stay in family of four, $8,000. It's, it's insane. No, a family that got $250,000 in income could get up to $9,000 under the Cash Act, and a family that had $350,000 can get up to $4,000. Insane. He didn't hang up on them. He didn't even call in. He did not even call in. He sent them an email later on saying, "Here you go. I'm not calling in." Oh my goodness. There you go. Political burn, as someone said. Dramatics as you've never seen. Would you write as a short script to Mitch and tweet it? Can't wait. What channel? This channel. It's this channel. What channel? This channel. What other channel would I be on? Not on ABC, just not yet. Thank you for a great evening. As always, we're ending with 2,600 people in the room. What great. I'll see you in about a little bit on Evenings LA. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and save LA for more.